Welcome back, leaders. It's Grace Say, your partner in leadership growth. Last month, we focused on execution with June's themes. This month, as we hit the peak of summer, we are turning the lens inward. True leadership elevation isn't just about strategy and execution. It's deeply rooted in personal development. Our acronym this month, J.U.L.Y, is designed to spark reflection and action on your growth journey. We'll explore your leadership journey, deepen understanding of self and others, find your leverage points, and focus on you, your presence and well-being. Think of this session as a mini coaching moment for yourself. Let's start with J. J stands for journey. Leadership isn't a static title, it's a dynamic, ongoing personal development journey, especially at senior levels. Intentional growth is crucial to meet evolving challenges and expand your impact. Stagnation is the enemy of effective leadership. Recognize that you are constantly becoming a better leader allows you to be more deliberate about learning, adapting, and evolving your style and capabilities. Where have you come from? And where are you intentionally headed on your leadership path? From a coaching standpoint, acknowledging the journey means embracing imperfection and continuous learning. It's less about having all the answers and more about asking the right questions about your development. Think about what triggered your most significant leadership growth spurt in the past. What conditions enabled that growth? How can you proactively create those conditions now rather than waiting for external triggers? Now let's consider a leader who actively seeks out challenges, assignments, or feedback, viewing them as growth opportunities versus one who sticks to their comfort zone. Remember, all progress takes place outside the comfort zone, right? Which trajectory leads to greater long-term impact? Reflect on your career. When did you feel most on track with your leadership development? What were you doing differently then? A couple of tips for executives here. Define your next growth edge. What specific leadership capability do you most need or want to develop in the next 6 to 12 months? Secondly, seek diverse feedback. Actively solicit input on your leadership from peers, your team, and your leaders. Invest in learning, whether through reading, courses, coaching, or mentorship. Dedicate time and resources. I'm here to help. As Marshall Goldsmith says, what got you here won't get you there. Continuously evaluating your leadership journey is key. Now, your coaching action. Take 10 minutes this week to map out your desired leadership destination for the next 1 to 2 years. What specific skills or qualities do you need to cultivate to get there? Write down one immediate next step. U is for understanding both of yourself and others. Deep self-awareness is the bedrock of effective leadership. Knowing your values, strengths, triggers, blind spots, and communication style allows you to lead authentically and manage your impact. Equally crucial is empathy, the ability to genuinely understand and appreciate the perspectives, motivations, and emotional states of other people. This builds trust, enhances influence, and enables you to lead diverse teams effectively. Now, coaching often starts here. I would like to ask you, how well do you know your operating system? How accurately can you read the room or understand the unspoken concerns of your team? Consider what situations typically trigger a strong emotional reaction in you and why. How might your natural style be perceived differently by others with different styles? For example, introverts versus extroverts, analytical versus intuitive. I'd like you to think of a time a misunderstanding escalated due to assumptions rather than genuine understanding. How could deeper empathy have changed this dynamic? Conversely, recall a leader who made you feel truly seen and understood. What impact did that have on your trust and commitments? So a couple of tips here. Practice mindfulness. Pay attention to your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Utilize assessments thoughtfully, especially tools like DISC. I run the Maxwell Leadership DISC program. This is really powerful to assessing your strengths or your challenges. Seek perspective. Before reacting, consciously ask, what might be driving their behavior? What else could be true here? Daniel Coleman highlights this. If your emotional abilities aren't in hand, if you don't have self-awareness, if you're not able to manage your distressing emotions, if you can't have empathy and have effective relationships, then no matter how smart you are not going to be able to go very far in your leadership. So let me give a coaching action. Identify one key stakeholder you find challenging to work with. Spend 15 minutes trying to genuinely map out their likely perspectives, pressures, and goals. How might this understanding shift your approach? L, this stands for leverage. As executives, your time and energy are finite, premium resources. Leverage is about strategically focusing these resources where they yield the greatest return. This means amplifying your unique strengths, the areas where you naturally excel and add the most value, rather than obsessing over weaknesses. It also means proactively managing your energy levels to ensure sustainable performance, avoiding burnout, which diminishes judgment and presence. A core coaching principle is playing to strengths. Where do you feel most energized, effective, and in flow? How can you design your role and delegate tasks to spend more time operating in the zone? Energy management isn't a luxury, it's a performance necessity. Ask yourself, what activities consistently drain my energy? What consistently replenishes it? How is my current energy level impacting my decision-making and interactions? Now contrast a leader who tries to be the experts on everything and is constantly depleted versus one who builds a team with complementary skills and focuses their own time on strategy, key relationships, and high-impact decisions. Which leader is more effective long-term? Think about your calendar. Does it reflect your highest leverage points? So now I would like you to identify your top 3 to 5 strengths. Get clear on what you do exceptionally well. Secondly, conduct an energy audit. Yes, energy audit, not the electricity one. Track activities for a week. What energizes versus drains? Delegate deliberately. Empower others with tasks outside your core strength zone. Schedule renewal. Block time for activities that recharge you. I love reflection time and to get away from that. So as Peter Drucker advised, the effective executive builds on strengths. Their strengths, the strength of their superiors, colleagues, and subordinates, and on the strengths of that situation. Your coaching action. Identify one task you regularly do that drains your energy or isn't a core strength. Who could potentially take this on with support? Initiate a conversation this week about shifting that responsibility. Finally, why is for you. This encompasses your leadership presence, how you show up, your authenticity, your composure under pressure, and your overall well-being. Is the integration of everything else. Your physical, mental, and emotional state profoundly impacts your ability to lead effectively and build trust, inspire confidence, and make sound judgments. Prioritizing your well-being isn't selfish. It's a fundamental leadership responsibility. Coaching often explores the who of leadership, not just the what or how. How are you being a leader? Is your presence congruent with your values? Are you modeling the resilience and balance you expect from others? Reflect on when you walk into the room. What energy do you bring? How does stress physically manifest for you? How does that impact your interactions? What message does your self-care or lack of it send to your team? Now let's imagine a leader who is visibly stressed, reactive, and unavailable versus one who maintains composure, listens attentively, and demonstrates authentic care even during tough times. Which leader fosters more psychological safety and performance? Consider your routine. How do you support the kind of presence you want to cultivate. A couple of tips here. Practice mindfulness. Oh yes. Centering techniques. Develop routines to manage stress and maintain focus. Prioritize fundamental health. Sleep, nutrition, and exercise are non-negotiable performance inputs. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm also a brain health coach, and you cannot overemphasize the importance of sleep. This is a time when your brain is cleaning itself out and refreshing itself for the new tasks that are going to come. So it's very important that a leader gets time for not just only reflection, but time to sleep and sleep properly. Hope you got that. Now you want to set boundaries. Protect your time and energy to avoid chronic depletion. Connect with your values. Ensure your actions align with what truly matters to you. Stephen Covey's 7th habit, Sharpen the Saw, emphasizes preserving and enhancing yourself physically, socially, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually as essential for sustainable effectiveness. Your coaching action. Commit to one specific non-negotiable well-being practice this week. For example, a 15-minute daily walk without devices, protecting 7 hours of sleep, a brief morning meditation and prayer. Notice the impact on your presence and energy. So your July focus is deeply personal, mapping your leadership journey, deepening understanding, finding your leverage, and prioritizing you. Investing in your development isn't a side task. It's central to elevating your leadership impact. I would like to recommend a great book for your personal development. It's The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by my mentor and trainer, Dr. John C. Maxwell. I will be launching a virtual group coaching cohort with this amazing book, and I can guarantee your leadership and personal life will be transformed. So which of these July things packed the most reflection for you? I encourage you to share one insight or commitment in the comments on the YouTube video. What's one step you're going to take this month based on today's session? As always, if this resonated, please like, share with your fellow leaders on this journey, and subscribe. Thank you for engaging in this personal leadership work. Lead well, be well, and I will see you in August by God's grace.